last we met, your group was on a mission to deliver a vase or a vase of holy water from the cistern of the Shard of Light Cathedral over to the Old Spire Orphanage in the Newbridge district. You had successfully made it out of the cathedral, fought some Geists, and managed to allow Madame Adelaide Holloway to make use of this holy water to abjure the spirits during the event known as Geistnacht. Now, one other brief interaction that you all had before arriving in the Newbridge district was with a young, frail teen within the tarnished tunnels known as...
You don't remember that? I don't remember the part about the young, frail teen. Delete me from this part of the
Yeah, I wasn't around. Yeah. I was... I don't want the Ottawa County Police.
Guys, it's not an island, okay? It's...
Sorry.
Sorry,
Bad joke.
Who else is on this island?
Show the list! This individual, who you all eventually learned his name is Ratjax, had been strucken with a bizarre ailment, something that has been wasting away at his person. You found him fleeing from what he said was the Shrouded District. And some sort of infection that surrounds or is contained within said district has given him reason to flee back to the tunnels from whence he came. But he was not left empty-handed. A nurse from one of the hospitals had given him a sensor. This sensor would allow him to, according to the nurse, be protected from any spirits or scourge-ridden creatures that may assail him on his journey. This was a means to protect him. But his supply of some aromatic within the sensor was depleting. And he needed medicine from a woman named Carmela. Carmela has a greenhouse in the Ruby District and has asked, in exchange of some interesting new weapons and supplies and even a couple shards of delirium, that you would in turn bring back a remedy to his illness. Upon accepting this, you could consider it a side quest. You then moved on to deal with the Geists at the orphanage. And dealt with them you did. A ring of protection around the whole orphanage, but also implored you to seek an old friend of hers. Knowing now that you are all new to Luyarna, not citizens here, not familiar with the history, but this individual known as Kasbar would hopefully shed some light on these eldritch moons, on the various happenings around Luyarna, and maybe give you a little bit more clarity on who you are. You are left here at the steps of the orphanage.
Sounds like this Ratjax kid needs God.
Who or in what direction does your party pursue?
Do we have that map?
Yes.
Thank you.
We're at the steps of the orphanage.
We did all we did what we needed to do at the orphanage.
So we either go to Kasbar or we go to find Carmela.
Was the
Well-
Carmela the side quest that had to do with
Blackjacks. Yeah.
Did we not just see Carmela at this place?
You saw Mother Adelaide Holloway.
I said we do that side quest. I was kind of interested in that. That sounded kind of cool.
Yeah,
Because I was at that one, like,
south.
wasn't that that, what was the place
It's
called?
like a garden.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
garden.
Yeah.
Carmela's greenhouse.
Carmela's
Carmela's
greenhouse.
How do you spell Kasbar?
Kasbar.
B-A-H.
Ah, spelled with a Z.
Or we're in Newbridge.
Yeah, you're Newbridge.
What kind of
So,
center?
yeah, like right about here-ish.
And then this is the greenhouse if we
didn't say
want
anything
to.
worse.
Yes. The greenhouse is there. Elysium Estate is right here. So this is your hub. And the fella, Kasbar, is in the same district. He's just kind of tucked in this corner. You have a couple options.
And what time is it?
8:26.
Early morning, like maybe 1:30.
It's morning, great. Made it through the night.
What did remind me what Adelaide said about like I feel like I remember her talking about drawing the monsters or something away from the orphanage.
Yes. So she also provided this an item that it looks like a stone head of like a mouth-opened chimp, fangs showing. In its eye sockets are like these emerald gems, and at the base of its head is a rune that, when pressed or activated, will cause a massively loud screech that will attract monsters and other such creatures of the night away from the orphanage.
And I think I feel like either Orin or Ghat'Rahg got that because there was a discussion over who was tallest.
Oh,
I don't remember. Who
I don't know
landed
why
on.
that mattered, but yeah, I do remember that being a thing. Yes.
So one of you guys had the grenade.
I mean, we can just say that Orin had it, since
Yeah,
Ghat'Rahg
yeah.
Simon wasn't physically present.
Did I get what? I don't remember the grenade.
It's like a decoy, basically. It's not really a grenade, but
A monkey's head decoy.
Ah, monkey's head, yes. Ah, yes. Well,
That booty!
I've seen a few monkeys' heads in my time. I
It's
I
the
can
monkey's
hold on.
paws you really want to avoid.
I'll hold on. I can hold on to it for now.
Okay.
a good throwing hook.
You can just put in your inventory somewhere Screeching Ape.
Screeching ape. Easy.
But yeah, this effort, though the abjuration is going to protect the orphanage, it was mostly to, it was the understanding that Geistnacht is like an concurrent event so long as there is a shattering moon, so it sounded like she wanted you guys to help, like, protect the square as best as possible, help them rebuild, help them recover from tonight, hence giving this to you all. And then also gave you direction to Kasbar for aid and intel, maybe.
And we don't have the Geistnacht doesn't happen every night, right? It's just sort of.
It seems to be tied. Geistnacht seems to occur whenever a shattering moon event occurs.
Which is random.
Which is, yeah, you don't really know like what causes eldritch moon events, let alone a shattering moon event, because The night previous, when you were at Elysium, it was a normal moon.
Okay.
And then on your way, on the following day, over to Old Spire, it was another Shattering Moon event, and Geistnacht occurred.
Geistnacht. Well, what say ye we make our way to the garden?
Yes.
You mean the greenhouse?
Aye, that's what I meant.
Sounds good to me, but we better watch out
Will we, there's this Radiant Patrol. Now, I don't know if we're going into a different district, do we need to get disguises, or do we need to try to come up with some distraction to get through this patrol if we're going into this greenhouse district?
Potentially so.
I mean, I guess we just have to go for it and just see what happens.
I say we figure it out in a moment.
Can we take the same way as before? I'm asking the dungeon master that,
That's it.
Because didn't we take Ruby all the way over there to Newbridge?
You can take, so the tunnel district can, the tarnished tunnels can take you from district to district, but the risk there is encountering more fallen Luyarnians.
So the Radiant Patrol we'd run into if we took.
If you were just up, you'd be encountering the Radiant Order, who's basically just trying to keep people. If you're in the Newbridge, you don't leave the Newbridge. You stay there. If you're in Ruby,
I'm not afraid of a scrap or two here with another landlubber.
So you're saying you want to take your chances with the Radiant Patrol, or you want to go through the Tarnished Tunnels?
Aye, the tarnished tunnels sound good to me.
Makes sense for a sailor. What I say is to the Marines.
Thumbs out. I just did the.
so are you guys wanting to go through the tarnished tunnels then?
Us three do. I don't know about these two.
I guess.
One last question though before
You
we
humming
head
too?
out.
No, just have a deep voice.
Like, how close are we to? Because it seems like we're pretty close to Kasbar.
You are very close to Kasbar, considerably compared to Carmela's.
I hate the cops, but I might go nevertheless.
You won't be if you choose to go to Kasbar, you would not obviously need to go through any of the tunnels, nor would you need to worry about crossing district borders.
They call it a side quest for a reason, and if we die, we respawn back into the big bed that we all share anyway.
What does it mean to
Where
respawn?
I have no
have
idea
you
what
sailed?
you're talking about right now. Is this sailor speak? I don't know what you're saying.
What shores
What's
have
a
you
spawn?
sailed on?
We just wake up in the big old bed that we all share.
I do remember that. Yeah.
What a day that was.
Y'all want to take a risk and go a little south to a greenhouse for a side quest for rackjacks? Or do y'all want, how do y'all feel about going scooting and staying a little more safe and continuing on with the main quest? Ever since Grayson mentioned it, I'm kind of considering seeing Carmen San Diego or whatever the
Carmela.
No, Carmela is
He's
down
talking about
south.
Kasbar.
You're talking about Kasbar.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Rock the Kasbar.
God damn it, I wanted to go to the greenhouse.
I think, I don't want to speak for you, Doug, but
I feel
we don't give a shit.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't exactly paying attention as well as I could have while looking at the book.
Well,
But
leveling up, yeah.
whatever you wanted to do, that's what I'll do.
Whatever he
And
wants.
that's I wanted to do that from the beginning.
Up for a little risk and reward, I see.
So we have
Two people.
Draco, who wants to go to Kasbar.
Yep, we're going to Kasbar just because he wants to go the other way. I don't want to go.
Ghat'Rahg wants to go to Carmela's greenhouse. Mist, where do you want to go?
Well, we can all just decide. I mean, it's going to be Grayson, and I feel like we should stick safe, and then we just jump over the border over there when we're done with seeing our friend there. Sure. So
Jumping over the border is
So
easy as that
if
sounds.
if you two want to jump the border now yourself, y'all are welcome to go on your lovely little side quest.
This Kasbar, maybe he has a way of helping us get through the car.
I won't split up the group if the group wants to go to Kasbar.
We don't have a cartel to protect us this time. All right. To Kasbar's, can I
We're
get
dragging forward behind us.
a group stealth check, please? And if someone can also roll for Chenghis.
You know what? Let's go to Carmel's actually.
Oh God.
17.
Group stealth.
Group stealth.
9 for Ghat'Rahg.
9. And you got
9.
9.
19.
19.
17.
17.
9.
Wow. Trip 9s.
And Chenghis.
Chenghis.
9.
No way.
Minus 6. Yeah, it's 9.
15. Plus whatever.
I just re-rolled an 11, so
So yeah, let's just bump it up a little bit.
Cool, man.
17 for Chenghis.
17.
As you head through the district square, your journey seems to be rather undisturbed by other geists, other spirits. And then you hear a harrowing sound.
Podcast listeners.
That's what you hear.
Podcast listeners, that was Amber upstairs.
I don't even, it might actually pick her up.
The amount of forethought in this, Mike.
yeah. Your family involved.
Yeah. You hear an echoing throughout the district, and another one preceding it. And that second one sounds louder than the first howl. Damn it. A pair of creatures have managed to find your troop. What do? You don't see them.
Pair of what did you say?
Creatures. Monsters.
How far away are they?
Make a
Tell us
perception check.
If we don't see them, why would you tell us that they're there?
That's because you
We
heard.
heard that.
Oh, we heard them. Okay.
We heard them with our senses.
That's what the howl was.
It's gonna be a 17.
In the chattering teeth.
And the shattering teeth. With a 17, it sounds like the first howl probably could be 3 blocks away, but the second howl closer to 1 block away.
Issa just says, I don't know what these things are, but they're closing in on us really fast.
Let's try and be
Also,
stealthy
that
about
music just started playing.
Let's hide in the bushes.
Yeah, can I take the hide action to anything nearby? Like, is there cover?
You can hide, you can run, you can do whatever you want.
Are we on like a road? Like, so could we assume from the direction that we've heard? Like, we have no idea whether we're there, or should I roll perception? Like, are we on a road going in?
You are on.
Like,
You are
is it
on
safe
like.
to assume that they're ahead of us.
You can assume that they are behind you.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are. There are a few main avenues that you have been taking in the direction that Madame Holloway has given you to reach the cabin of Kasbar. But I mean, as far as you know, they could be north, they could be south of you. You don't really know where, but you know that at least according to Issa, they are closing in.
Okay. But we're on a road. Like there's like it's like binary. We can go forward, we can go backward, and and from what we gather, there's voices coming from behind us.
Yes.
Of whatever.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna like turn around, and I guess do I see anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Do you have dark vision?
I don't. Would that like seriously hinder me? Do you think?
It's just gonna make the DC harder,
Okay.
higher.
17.
Focusing in on whatever sounds that these monsters may be creating to sprint, and then you hear a twinge in your ear of the sound of like rubble and stone falling as these creatures are closing in. You can tell that they are coming from north of the district. Heading in your direction, there must have been something that has set you guys apart from the rest. But it sounds like only one of these are closing in on your direction. There are no sounds of a second.
Okay. So just from hearing that, do I have like an approximate idea of general idea of where they would be? I'm not trying to get score a direct hit or anything like that.
I would say,
Like if we're on okay, here I'll just make a move. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire 10 feet ahead of me. So we were turned around, which is the direction that we heard something coming from.
okay.
Casting like 10 feet in front of me, there'll be a 20-foot cube. And
How long does Fairy Fire last?
1 minute.
Okay.
Objects in a 20-foot cube within range are outlined in blue, green, or violet light. So I'm going to choose blue light. Each creature in the cube is also outlined if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius and can't benefit from the invisible condition. Attack rolls against an affected creature or object have advantage if the attacker can see it.
Okay. As you turn and you exude your Fairy Fire spell, you see a brief cube of spectral light and are hoping that these creatures fly through your spell. Your best assumption, or best assessment, based off of a 17, right? I believe that's what you had. Is that this one is now closer to 2 blocks, maybe less than 2 blocks away.
Okay.
Sounds like a scent has been caught, and it's on the hunt.
Okay.
Can I cast message
To whom?
to it? Do I
To
see
it?
Do I see it?
You don't see it.
Even with dark vision?
No, you don't see it. What do the rest of you? What does the group of you want to do? Do you want to hide? Do you want to run?
I would say that, by the way, this cube does not. You can't see it.
Yes. No.
So-
it was just
so-
the immediate apparition of the spell.
Yeah.
And
I just want if there's still an opportunity to hide, if we so chose. Because
I think we should.
Because I think.
I would
if
say-
it was visible, then I think.
You guys are probably you've covered 2/3 of the distance you needed to get to Kasbar's cabin. So it's up to you if you want to run or if you want to hide. Or stay and fight, even. description that Madame Holloway would have given would have been something along the lines of the corners of two districts, Ruby and Shrouded District, kind of converge at an apex with Newbridge. So right here is where these two converge, and I would say it would take you guys about less than 5 minutes on a full run to get to Kasbar's.
I want to start running.
I'll run. Sure.
I think we should hide and try to get the jump on these things.
Whatever it is.
I'm with Draco.
I mean, we don't know about this person we're about to see, but like maybe they can help us with these creatures as well.
If we get there.
Yeah. If I was talking in the game, I would be talking very fucking fast. And especially for my kind.
I think we should go. Okay, so it sounds like you two want to run, or right, and then you kind of want to hide.
Hide.
What do you want to do?
I would like to hide.
You would like to hide?
I'd like to. I mean, is the distance far enough from everyone else if we couldn't even help them from that distance? Yeah, totally.
Help? What do you mean help them?
If anything happens, we're not like we can't like turn around or like can't like.
Oh, you can totally. So, when I say that, like, do you want to run? You're not like locked in on running, and you can't do anything. If something happens, you can absolutely stop what you're doing and turn and react. But it's just a matter of like, do you want to make ground to safety sooner, or do you want to hide and hope that this thing overpasses you?
I guess we're gonna hide.
So hide. What do you want to do, Ghat'Rahg?
I'll hide too.
Yeah, maybe they'll run past us or something.
What if it's
Maybe they'll Scooby-Doo their way right past us.
what if it smells?
We'll be hiding behind
We've
like
been,
a...
we've been,
Good thought.
Is there
seems to have
like a
been
nice
tracking it for a
barrel I can
while.
just pop into nearby?
Casual barrel in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's say this quadrant of the district, it's pretty sparse. You're getting kind of closer to like this area is a little bit more natural of the district. Like it hasn't been renovated with
Colonized.
city, and it hasn't been colonized.
Are there any buildings?
You guys kind of passed like the bulk of the buildings and apartments and industry that Newbridge has, and this corner, particularly like right here, like we're leading up to Kasbar, is still holding some natural elements. You're seeing trees getting taller and taller. You're seeing a number of critters that are running around trying to make a shelter for themselves for this evening to protect themselves from predators. It's unlike any other
really
district that
wanna
you've
run.
seen so far.
Wow, I really want to run. Okay, so we'd be hiding behind trees or underneath roots.
Correct.
Run.
I'm running.
Run?
Run?
I'm running.
Hey, after rethinking things, I think I might try as well.
All right.
It does seem like a smarter play, but I was hoping to get XP from killing these things.
Man, I have no idea what you're talking about half the time.
Well, it's XP.
I like it.
Can you guys, while I make a brief, roll for initiative? Who does what first? Combat is not initiated. There are no enemies yet. But I want to know who can act first.
A dirty 20.
Anyone get between 20 and 25?
This one was off.
Also, can someone roll for Chenghis? All right, Orin.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Anyone get between 15 and 19? Sick. Issa. What is his?
10.
Okay. So 10 to 14. Nobody.
11.
11 and 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5 to 9.
6. 7.
Okay.
Dang.
Holding up the rear.
Fine for the bottom.
So the order goes as Orin, Issa, Mist, Chenghis, Draco, Ghat'Rahg.
Why would we Ghat'Rahg? Would that be last?
Are you 6 or are you 7?
6.
I'm 7.
Ghat'Rahg, then
I
Draco.
want to be last.
Okay. As you all are running, Orin, you hear behind you and as you look over your shoulder, you see the reflection of 2 orange eyes shining back at you and a silhouette of a rather large wolf-like creature sprinting towards your party's direction.
How far?
Your assessment gauges about 50 feet away.
Okay. Is it? And it's moving like fast. Even though we're running, it's still moving up fast on us.
It is going to, ultimately, it's going to catch up to your speed.
Okay. I run even faster.
Okay. Double movement, dash forward.
Yep.
Make a perception check for me. Perception, or you can add survival to it if it makes it even better.
21.
Wow. You're an eater.
You see off to the south a smokestack and a dull yellow light of campfire, maybe, but hopefully the light of someone's home, a light in this direction. And you feel like the cabin you are pursuing is there.
Okay. Hey, follow me, everyone. It's this way. And I run towards the cabin. In as fast as I can possibly run.
Okay. This thing runs at a breakneck speed and is about to catch up to within 10 feet of Ghat'Rahg, but with a light surrounding this creature.
Ooh.
A what color was your fairy
Blue.
fire? Blue. This large, not quite dire wolf, but almost about as large of a beast, sprinting at you with shimmering blue lights. And you can pretty much bank that by the end of your turn, it's gonna reach you. But it is Issa's turn. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast sleep on it. I'm gonna try to hit it with sleep. Yeah, it's got a range of 60 feet. So the spell save DC is 14.
14.
Yes.
Does it want to do like if it's outlined in blue? That means it's in the cube, which means it can. It's only actually gets that condition. Each creature in the cube is also outlined if it fails Dexterity saving throw, and then if it fails that, then it also like if it has that if it's affected, then then anyone attacking it gets advantage.
Yes.
So
I guess that, no. So I have another question.
Yeah.
Does that only happen if it's in that cube?
yeah.
Okay.
So it is now passed.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's fine.
I
I thought it was like you passed through it, like you were
And
washed with
like a
it.
status.
Yeah.
I'm also going to use heightened spell, which means it has disadvantage
Ooh.
on the roll.
Okay.
Saving throw.
That's a natural 3, sir.
Wah, wah.
So as you cast your spell and imbue it with your heightened abilities.
If it fails, it has the incapacitated condition until the
Okay.
end of its next turn, at which point it will repeat the save. If the target fails the second save, they fall unconscious.
Okay.
So it is
Learning
incapacitated
ball.
right now.
Ball
You're really lucky because it went before you. So everyone else has a round before it goes again.
Wow. Sweet.
So what do the 3/4, including Chenghis, do? Are you guys hiding or are you guys just sprinting?
Is it sleeping?
You see this almost a Lycan like creature like in going full sprint and then scrape its body against the cobblestone path in a complete comatose state.
Wow.
You know why
How
they call
long-
it a lichen, right? Because it looks like a
Yo!
a werewolf. Looks like a werewolf.
Yeah, like it, werewolf.
Lycan wolf.
I'll run too.
Okay.
Well, how long is
I
it?
go last, or
How long is it?
second to last. Sorry.
He can make the save on his next
I don't go last.
turn,
Oh, on his next turn.
which is
Okay.
right after Errand goes.
Gotcha. I'll still run. I mean, how far are we away? Do we see this guy's cabin yet?
It's about 30 feet from you.
Oh, yeah.
Could we just get there like right away then? Because we have 30 feet block space.
Get there. What do you mean?
You said it's 30 feet away, right? Don't
Sorry,
have-
the creature, the Lycan, is 30 feet from you.
How far away is the cabin? Do we see
But
it?
it's incapacitated. Just keep. Yeah. We do.
Less than a block away.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm running towards the cabin.
Okay.
And
Running?
I'm ready. I'm arming Thaumaturgy to just open his door.
Okay.
Just
Wait, sorry, to do what?
Is that right, or is it no mage hand? I'm to open a door.
I think thaumaturgy can
Open it.
Open and unlock.
It could like break open like windows or yeah.
It said
like,
online to open and unlock doors. Is that
Sure.
Right? Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's basically using the power of sound to blast open things.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm prepping.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't
All right.
care. I might disturb this guy.
So that's what that will mean is that you will not be moving at double movement like everyone else because you are readying an action in order to prepare this spell. So you'll still be going your full movement, but you won't be doing like 60 feet. You'll be doing 30 feet.
This guy's not on his porch or something. Can I see him on his porch hanging out?
You're not even at the corner where you can see his porch
Okay.
yet.
I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna go full speed. I'll
Okay.
take Thaumaturgy for the maybe next turn.
Okay, perfect.
If you don't die by this.
Do you want to run as well?
I will run, but I'm also going to stay behind as like the last person to.
Okay.
Spell.
Yep. Oren, you are up.
What if like part of the side quest is that the house keeps the door open?
Then really.
It's a perpetual
Optical
state of
illusion or
movement.
something?
Okay.
Can I keep running?
Absolutely.
I would like to keep trucking at the fastest possible pace.
At this point, you see the cabin as clear as day. Smokestacks apparent through the chimney and light peering through windows in this cabin. Only one more round until you're there.
Alright.
What's the saving throw of sleep?
16. I'm sorry, 14. Wisdom.
That is a natural 19. As it wakes up, it gets into a sprinting heave towards your party, though slightly behind. Likely going to make some ground in
Hey,
the
at
next
least Doug's
in the
behind
next
us all.
turn.
I just gotta be faster than Doug. I just gotta be faster than Doug.
Yeah.
Leave me his bait.
Okay. Issa, are you sprinting?
Yeah.
Are you sprinting, Mist?
I wonder what Thunder Wave may do.
It depends on what the range of Thunder Wave is. If Thunder Wave is right around you, then it...
I think it's only 15.
I can run and cast a spell, right?
Yes.
Running.
Running? Ghat'Rahg?
I'll run.
I'm running and casting a spell.
What's your spell?
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. What's the range of Sacred Flame?
60 feet. And it says the
Okay.
target gains no benefit from half cover to 3/4 cover for this save.
Okay. Yeah, you are just at the cusp of 60 feet, so you can hit it.
It's an 11.
So that misses.
You suck.
As this striking flame of divine light cascades upon the fur of this Lycan, you see it completely unscathed and goes on a full sprint towards you, and it's going to make just enough. It's going to make one claw attack against you, and that is a 19 to hit.
I'm an 18. Shoot.
Okay.
Wow, your AC's not high.
You take 8 points of damage.
That's what I get for being back.
Orin, the cabin is before you, and in your turn, without even dashing, without even wasting an action, you can get to the front door. What do you do?
I reach the front door. I try the knob, and if it's locked, I knock.
The knob is stuck and locked. You knock rapidly, and you kind of hear like what sounds like a shuffle from within, but it doesn't sound like whoever's inside sees the urgency that you are seeking.
I shout at them. I'm like, tell them all we have Girl Scout cookies.
It is going
We're
to
solicitors.
Come here about our Jehovah.
Like, wow, Scoob, let us in.
Okay. He's going to try and make a multi-attack against you as you are the last one in the party.
You wanted to be the last
I
one.
know, but I'm making bad decisions.
It swipes, and as it swipes, you deflect it with your sword as it misses with its first attack, but goes to lunge for a biting attack and hits you for a 23.
That's past my armor class.
And you take 7 points of damage.
I'm bloody.
How far back is Doug behind us?
Close to 45 feet away.
From behind me.
From behind you.
Okay. Alright.
Issa,
R.I.P. Doug.
you are up
Yeah.
with Mist on deck.
Damn. I'm gonna take a sorceress burst at this the door. Crack it open.
At the door. Wow. Okay. Sick.
Roll to hit door.
Roll to hit door.
That's a 13. Does that hit door?
13 hits door.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for damage? Or?
Yeah.
Who's there?
Yeah. What
I'd be saying if a
does
friggin'
Sorcerer's
spell
Burst
hit
do
my
like a
door.
variety of damage types, or does
Yes.
it do? Okay.
Yeah. So I can choose so I'll just choose fire.
Fire. Great. As you extend your fiery sorceress energy, how much damage does your attack deal?
5 points of damage. Fire damage.
A blast of fire wraps around your comrade Orin and strikes the knob with fiery fury. And you Orin, you feel this like brief wave of heat as it passes by you and impacts against the door. You look over your shoulder and you see Issa extending her hand towards you? Probably not. Towards the door.
Towards you. Budding romance.
And is there anything else you would like to do, Issa?
I'll use my remaining movement to go toward the door.
Okay. That leaves Mist with Chenghis on deck.
Tragically, the doorknob is only bloody, so
Yeah.
maybe next turn we'll be able to.
Yeah, we put that token down for the door.
Am I at the door? Where am I?
You're about 30 feet from the door.
I want to be on the porch. I feel like this guy's
Okay. You run up to the porch, and you see you just witnessed a brief blitz of flame extend from Issa's wand, landing onto the doorknob of this cabin that you assume to be Kasbar's. What do you do?
The door's not broken down yet.
Not really.
Can I cast? Did I hear the person shuffling on the inside when I ran out? Quietly.
Not necessarily, but make a perception check.
Oh, that's a 13. I have dark vision. Does that do anything?
I'll say that you see like the shadow of a silhouette of someone moving within the cabin.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna cast message the person.
Okay, sure. What do you say?
I'm just gonna whisper in their ear like, "Oh, it seems like we're in danger out here."
That's such a nice diplomatic way to deliver that.
In response, you hear in your head,
Well, I was wondering what the howling was about. Back up from the door.
Everyone back.
all right, do we want Chenghis to autopilot attack or autopilot run to the door?
It depends on where we're at in the storyline. Does he, I guess,
Is he
like,
emotionally ready for the challenges?
Is he ready to be becoming?
I feel like as a cleric, he might feel compelled to help Draco out.
Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
No, that's a very fair assessment.
Can we cast command on the creature?
I have that.
We can.
Cool.
And I'm sure he would, honestly.
Yeah. So if we're gonna cast
Give it
command,
an old becoming.
Okay, I'm going
He's become
to,
aware of its existence.
Yeah.
as best as we can, to make this as left up to chance as possible. The options for command, regardless what the word is to
you can
stop
it.
or turn around
Yeah.
And
right.
becoming.
and becoming.
There's the third option. Becoming.
Becoming our.
Becoming?
So stop,
I want to stop, drop,
turn
and
around,
roll.
and roll is becoming. So 1 to 2 is stop, 3 to 4 is turn around, and 5 to 6 is becoming.
Yeah, sweet.
Is it a
just feel like
D6?
that's-
This
we're
says
being
it's
true
a
to Seth's
spell.
character.
Yeah.
I really feel like we are. So who's rolling?
D6.
Yes.
All this says about it is that it's a spell.
5, 6. 5 or 6.
Ah!
Dang, dude.
So that was drop.
Roll
Oh, turn around.
Turn around.
3.
Okay, so 3 to 4 was turn around. Okay, so with the aid of Chenghis, you see him
Chenghis Chambers.
yell out.
Chenghis
Chenghis Chambers. You see him yell out, "Be gone!"
Or
And you see this Lycan immediately stop its sprint, screech its claws against the ground, and right itself and begin the process of turning itself around.
wow, should have did this a long time ago.
That is Chenghis, so that is now Ghat'Ragh's turn. You see the rest of them blasting against the door, a silhouette now turning and facing, or like headed like a shadow of a figure walking towards the front door. And now, with Mist saying, "Move away," right? You wanted people to move away from the door.
Yeah, so I suppose we're at the doorway. I will, step like three steps to the left of the front door.
Okay.
Like, still like on the porch or
Do you
whatever.
want to ready in action? No.
I don't think so.
All right. Draco.
I'm gonna swing the great axe at the one that's attacking me.
There was only one, and
only
it's
one?
now turning
I thought there
around.
were two.
No.
It has its back towards you.
Oh, I thought there were two. Okay. I guess I'm going
There was 2 howls that you heard, but now there's only one in the midst of this combat.
Two owls,
I
one
thought there were
loud and chattering pair of teeth.
Then I run to the house,
Okay.
the cabin.
As you sprint, Orin, you were up.
And did I? Is the door open?
You hear a series of locks unlocking from the other side of this door.
God damn it! That was my favorite knob.
I come in peace. We're being chased by a unfriendly creature.
Are we still in combat?
Yes.
I thought it ran away.
Technically, because that command only lasts 1 round.
Oh shit. How fast does it run?
So after Orin's turn, it's gonna do its thing.
That's all I want to do.
Okay. Does it need to make a saving throw on its turn for sleep?
I like this just because it's the thickest
Yes.
shit that I
Yeah.
have on my
What's
face.
the
It's
DC?
14.
that's what I'm rolling with.
It's a natural 18. As it slows to a stop, it turns and about faces and immediately sprints past you, Draco, and heads towards Issa. And it just gets within reach to make 2 attacks. That is a 17 to hit you.
Stinky dog. I'll use a shield
Shield.
to deflect
Okay.
one of those attacks.
Nice. As it goes to claw you, you see this external apparition of your person emit from your body and block itself from this attack, saving yourself from its damage. I believe that is your turn.
Okay. I am going to use. I'll use shocking grasp to try to yoink this dog.
Let's go.
Not very good. So that's a 11.
Misses. Your electrically charged attack gets deflected by its paw and misses your target. Missed. You are up.
Yeah, how's that door thing?
You hear... You've now heard 4 locks being unlatched on the other side, and the door... the knob turning to open the door, and you see it slowly prying in the span of time, opening before you.
How far away is this dog?
It's like 10 feet from you.
Right, cool. Say where I'm at, and then do I'm actually gonna back away a little bit if I
Okay.
can.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I'm gonna throw brittle bone throw.
Okay. Go roll to hit.
Yeah. I can't see it, Doug.
6.
Unfortunately, as you extend a piercing splinter of bone out from your hand, it goes wide, just past its head, nearly hitting it. And then you see the door open and a shadow of this shorter figure extend its arm, and you hear a blast.
Thank you.
And you see a harpoon extend from its hand, land into the skull, and embed itself into the head of this Lycan. And you hear it, and the harpoon pulls back, and a massive hole is ejected from the skull of this creature, and it falls limp. And then you hear from it,
Come inside. I'm not sure how many more of these things there are, but I'm sure that there's at least one. We need to go inside now and make sure that you guys are safe.
Coming.
Oh, coming.
as you run inside, you then, for those of you who were last left, you see this, the Lycan with a massive hole left into the right side of its head, spilling out blood and crimson ichor out from its body, falling limp. And you run into this warm abode, and this person who has welcomed you into his estate has like this leather apron on him, and this billowy white, long white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like this person should necessarily be very good at combat, but regardless, they've rescued you from this encounter. They bring you into this room, and you smell the smell that you would get from like walking into a museum, where you're smelling stale dust and paint. And when you walk in, you see various canvases and scrolls of paintings that this individual has made, has procured in this space. And as you walk in, you see a ferret running across the floor of this cabin, and running up the leg of this dwarf, clearly living in the space, crawling up its back and over its shoulder, and just like gritting its teeth towards each and every one of you. And as it like comforts it and tells it,
Oh no, there's these are friends. These are friends. These are fellows who have fallen to this world. Be kind. Be kind.
in this room, really in this whole cabin, is one concurrent space. You see a large tree trunk that has grown and nestled within this cabin, with a large knot that has made like a hole for it, almost about the size of this dwarf, in the far back wall of this cabin. And you can see that its trunk continues outside the roof of this home. He has a bed in one corner of the cabin, with something like a miniature loft, where you see a small nest, a small space where an animal has left itself to rest, probably where this ferret leaves itself to rest. On the opposite side, on the right side of this cabin, lies a kitchen and what looks to be a few attempts at some apothecary remedies. You smell these herbaceous notes and very strong, almost like essential oils in strength and intensity as you walk into this cabin. But on the leftmost wall, next to a bed, a fairly large-sized bed, something that you would expect to sleep in yourself, but larger than this individual seems to need. You see what looks to be a greatsword hung up upon a wall. It has a slightly shimmering quality to it. Something like at the right angle, you can kind of see this yellowish hue to the blade of this sword. And though this cabin feels rather small, you feel a homey, welcoming essence to this cabin. And this tan-skinned dwarf with long white hair and an odd smile to him welcomes you in.
All right, well, I do believe that this might be the best that we can deal with these Lycans.
And immediately locks 6 different looking locks on the backside of this front door, and you see that he had that the weapon that he used was attached to a bracer on his right arm, some sort of wrist cannon grappling hook that probably he's had for some time, or maybe something that he has procured over the ages in order to blow through the Lycan's head. But otherwise, to him, you see on his left eye a little bit of what looks to be like glaucoma, a little bit of whiteness piercing through his irises, and on the same side of his face, some scarring on his mouth that kind of pulls his lip up, and you can see a bit more of his smile. What do the rest of you do?
Take a seat somewhere. I almost died.
Well, I'm sorry to have barged in like this. I do appreciate you helping us out with them weird dogs. But you got a mighty strong door. It's very, very fire retardant, and I commend you for your door.
Well, I appreciate you commending my door abilities, but this is only something that I've been fashioning for some time in order to protect myself and Pong over here.
And he strokes the head of the ferret.
I haven't seen some action in quite some time, and it actually felt good to be able to protect those who needed it. I have to ask though, where y'all from, and why have you come to my place?
Well, we just wandered over here from. Well, you probably know about Madame Adelaide, right?
Oh, of course. Yes, I know her very well. She's been a wonderful.
Sound like they go way back.
Yeah, she's we've had some back and forth, but during the First War, we've had a few interactions that have allowed us to protect the Newbridge district. So Adelaide sent y'all. Is there a particular purpose that she sent you, or mostly just to say hi?
I wanted to go to the greenhouse. On these I did actually want to be here.
Do you know about that thing? However,
Greenhouse, are you referring to Carmela's? Yeah, I'm very familiar with Carmela. She's something of a leader in that district. I haven't spoken to her in quite a while, but did you come to me to learn about Carmela, or what'd you come to me for? I don't know if I know a Rackjacks.
no.
Wait, why did we go here?
Why did we come here? Why did we come here?
So she Madam.
Why are we here, damn it? Why are we here? Oh man.
Madam Holloway had suggested that you go seek out Kasbar in order to understand the lunar eldritch happenings, as well as maybe he has an understanding of where, or better yet, why you came here.
Everything you just said, I said in my voice to him.
So we
Got it.
are astrologers, I think. We need help with the sky.
I'm assuming you have yet to encounter something like a scattered moon?
Seen such a thing in a dream. Us all.
In a dream, what do you mean? And then, by the way, I've never seen a tiefling such as yourself before, so yet to see any of your kind before. But are you even from Luyarna? Any of you?
Doubtful.
I'm from Haverton.
I might have heard of Haverton, but I don't think I've ever been interested. Are you all from Haverton as well?
Nay, I'm from across the seas, and I come with this group here on an unexpected quest.
I come from.
Does
Okay.
that mean Earth?
I'm from a little town called Small Hearth. That's neither here nor there. We're kind of, I think we're just kind of trying to, well, I mean, we were brought to life by this guy. You might know the Lord Ghat'Rahg or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah. Ghat'Rahg, I believe his name to be.
Anyways, we're kind of just running around. We're just sort of his errand boys now at this point, and
girl.
sure.
Are you telling me that you can't,
Jones.
as a girl, you can't be an errand boy?
That's fair.
We're gonna pause the podcast for the sake of time while I beat Nick up again.
At this point, I think we're honestly just trying to get as best equipped as we can, because, I mean, so far we've died and we just keep running into these monsters, these eldritch horrors, and we're not. I mean, just speaking for myself, I'm not a warrior. I don't know the best way to dispatch of these things, and I don't know. It just seemed like Adelaide, thought you might be able to point us in the right direction.
Do you all seem to hold a similar resentment against where you found yourselves to be, or do you feel that you are now part of this place?
Lost mind.
Lost you are. Alright, well,
And then you hear like just a short little from the ferret over his shoulder.
I know. I'll make sure I get to that. But Pong just reminded me that there's not a whole lot of room here in my cabin, as well as I need to make sure that I can't have too many of y'all hang around here for too long. An hour at most, but beyond that, you're gonna need to find your way beyond.
If it's your old lady, I can sweet talk her.
Boy, I ain't got no old lady, but I do have a question.
What?
What brought y'all to my doorstep other than the Lycan? I understand not being able to dispatch of such of a creature at your stage, but I'm just curious, is there anything else that you might need from me? Adelaide rarely sends folk my direction.
One thing that he might be able to help us with is, obviously you're able to deftly dispatch of the Lycan,
how often do you encounter those, and are there certain hours that are safer to navigate the streets? Obviously, it was a bad time in the past, past hour here on our way. But yeah, if any tips that you can provide to dispatching, things that go bump in the night here, would be very much welcomed. But also, are there safe times of day that we can travel during?
And do you have anything for healing? I was damaged by the Lycan.
I'm in the process of brewing a tea that should help you in some regard. Otherwise, as far as avoiding things that bump in the night, as you told one you say, your best bet. I mean, the shattering moon has been rather curious.
And he looks outside of various windows in his cabins as he's saying this.
I'm curious why it's been persistent. Your best bet is to, if you're risking travel, you might as well travel during the day. Unless you feel you can handle things that happen to bump through the night, as you have mentioned yourself. Do you feel you're able to handle the night?
I don't see why not. I was thankfully, I was just faster than the slowest member of our party, which is really all the protection that one needs when being pursued by one creature.
Do you have a death wish?
Sir, you're dead. You're half dead. So we can resolve this later. I do have a question for you. Did you say a shattering moon? Or you just said, is it a shattering and you're just saying shattering?
Oh, I'm saying shattering, the moon itself will explode on a given night, like this past night, and summon.
I look out the window.
You and as you look out the window, you see the moon in several pieces and bits of lunar light cascading down upon the city.
I guess I've never noticed that before. How often does this happen here?
Often enough. Ever since the First War and the curse of the past king, we've had a multitude of eldritch happenings, primarily on behalf of the moon.
So, these eldritch happenings are tied to the shattering of the moon, but also potentially a consequence of this curse that followed this king?
Well, not just the shattering of the moon. Shattering of the moon is...
like one domino in the sort of cascade of dominoes?
Yes. Some other dominoes have shown the form of... I've seen it raise the waters of the surrounding river. Gravity itself being upturned. Scorched earth surrounding all districts. I've seen it all. I've made a note of it, and so far I've calculated just enough moons to see something of a pattern. But I don't know if I'm convinced that your group has what it takes.
I guess I want further clarification, and before we, make the case for our credibility here. But so these other happenings regarding gravity dissipating, Earth being scorched, you're saying that is a consequence of the moon shattering, but there's something that may have caused this sort of recurring moon shattering issue?
The moon shattering is an event that has caused what we in Luyarna call the Geistnacht. Other happenings, like the raising of fires upon the earth of Luyarna, or even seen the waters rise up from the rivers,
Amen.
and even fouler things to occur. There are a multitude of eldritch lunar happenings. I've seen the moon transform to have the form of several tentacles reaching from district to district. I've seen the moon transform to an icy sphere, causing snowstorms upon the whole land.
Okay, so so you're saying that so the moon shatters just like these fires appear, just like
Correct.
the waters rise.
Correct.
So they're all and just like the moon becoming a snow globe.
But my through line between each of these has been whenever
You see him look over at a canvas that it looks to be mid-painting, and the painting looks like a young boy sitting on a cloud with a fishing rod out into a starscape, and his line has casted itself into a pool of rippling water. As he looks over at it,
I've seen a multitude of our moon transform into horrific things that have taken from us, taken from me, more than I could bear. And I retired from being a Jaeger as a result of it. What I need to know is if y'all are pursuing this overarching quest to understand our world, I can help.
You say it's too big for our britches?
I'm not saying it's too big for your britches, but it might be if you can't prove yourself. Have any of y'all encountered hunters before?
Maybe in a dream.
Haunters or hunters?
Wait,
Dude, that's a diss, man. Dude, you dissing him.
hunters.
Hunters?
Hunters.
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 Hunters. Hunters.
Hunters.
I still don't know if you mean hunters or haunters.
Hunters. Hunters.
Grayson, say
We're
hunters.
talking about
Hunters.
Sounds like he says hunters. No. Even if he says hunters, then it's probably hunters.
Oh no.
Oh no!
He asks if y'all have encountered hunters before.
Yeah, you remember that? Hey, yeah.
There was a week I wasn't here,
You were detached from your body.
but as far as I know, I don't think so. Unless the hunter was this large, eldritch beast with like deer antlers and stuff. What? Wasn't that the first? Wasn't that like the first?
Yeah.
Okay.
He says,
Hunters are folk like you and I who have taken upon themselves to deal with the aberrations and monsters that have swarmed Luyarna. Rather adept in fighting these creatures.
Is that what you were? I know that you mentioned that you were a Jaeger. Were you? Is that something different?
The creed of the Jaeger is survive together or die together.
No.
One who hunts beasts is a hunter. But few hunters know what it means for your life to become guardians for those unable to defend themselves.
he looks over his shoulder, past the canvas, and to that shimmering greatsword over his bed.
There was a time when I was considered a Jaeger, and I had the best impact that I could ever have upon this city that I love. Unfortunately, old age and slowness of time has kept me from being able to do what I was created to. And thus I've retired in this home. I plan to keep it that way. If you're
Willing to prove what it means to be more than just a survivor, nay, a hunter, then I can give you something that can prove your mettle.
I take you up on this offer, sir. I am a fearless hunter.
I've hunted many a sea creature in my day and caught a few
Things.
sea creatures.
Hunted a few things.
I don't know about this Jaeger business, but I know we were sent here to defend this orphanage, and if this is the best way to do it, then call me Jaeger.
Well, if the rest of your party seems to be rather interested, especially you.
As he nods over to your Dragonborn kin of this party, Draco, otherwise known as
Dragonborn kin of this party.
Dragonborn king in this party.
Please refer to me as that.
It's just like a looping.
Just text
Is that
hovering
your
above
gi-
your character.
Is that your Christian name, son?
His username.
Yeah. Who's the Dragonborn king of your party?
I'm gonna say
It's him.
Please, the
tell
Dragonborn.
me.
Who is the kin of my party?
It's my father.
What's my father? You can call me Draco.
Dragonborn kin of this party. Drumpf was my father.
Yeah. Call me the Dragonborn. A member of the whatever.
I've been in need of procuring essences from spirits of Geistnacht in order to create a very useful vial of magic that has allowed me to hide myself from these creatures.
This is
Crumbled
substance that you're looking for, delirium.
It's not delirium, however, because I found that delirium, curious to know how you know about this, but delirium is found in living beings. What I'm after is mere ectoplasm. Something that, if y'all are willing to head toward a lunar refuge event, and each of you procure a vial of ghostly ectoplasm and bring it back.
It's milk, they call it.
I thought that was dragon's milk.
I should be able to use each of your volumes of ectoplasm in order to procure this oil. Been at least a decade since I've done it myself, and I could really use your abilities. I know of a location that I've seen with my own eyes where this essence can come from, but ghasts of varying kinds exist there. It won't be easy, but you should be able to, if you've made it this far. Surviving a Lycan, should be able to survive even a lunar revenant.
Oh, I hope so. I didn't lose any HP when we fought the Lycan. Unlike the person standing next to me.
You also did say from that light. You did shoot that light.
I might have shot that Lycan, but that's neither here nor there. You survived it up until that point, did you not? You weren't torn to shreds, were you?
It was hard getting through your locks, though. It would have helped.
It might have been. It might have been.
The biggest casualty, aside from the person standing next to me, was probably a doorknob.
And my pride.
Speaking of that, is the tea ready? Because I'm in a lot of pain.
You hear like a steam. Amazing! You hear that
Terrifying.
coming out from a kettle as he pours you a portion of tea, and roll 2d4 plus 2, and you can add that to your hit points.
Are you all up for the challenge.
Depends on where it is, my friend. Can you show me on a map? That was me mocking him. That was me mocking him.
Jeez. You said it so fast.
Wow.
So, like,
You're insulting a veteran.
the veteran's taking a minute to tell us. Him is busy with his ferret.
Don't you have to hum it too?
Did you have to go to the bathroom with that ferret? What'd you do to the bathroom with that ferret of yours?
So, he
I
says,
don't think any of this is necessary.
The latter parts were not.
So he says, the last location within this district is in a plaza called Plaza de Noir. It was a once bustling plaza of trade and commerce, but has since been dispersed ever since shattered moons and other eldritch happenings have occurred.
Immigrants?
There is a strong likelihood you will encounter a revenant if you stick around in this plaza long enough. Here, let me get you what y'all need.
and he goes over to the kitchen area, and he grabs a bunch of these corked beakers, and he hands one to each of the 6 of you, and he says,
If y'all are able to harvest a decent amount of ghostly ectoplasm from wherever you're able to around the plaza, so long as each of your vials are filled, I should have enough to make enough oil for my needs, and then I will see that y'all are of hunter's material. The plaza is on the edge of the Shrouded District meeting the Grand Cathedral District.
so basically right at this apex between Ruby, Shrouded, and Newbridge, just past his cabin.
Seems reasonable. However, I think I turn the beaker upside down and just say, so am I just supposed to run up to a ghost and shove it inside this and hold my hand over the top? How does one of these beakers work?
Well, I don't know how many of these guys you've encountered so far,
Very few.
but they often, if not always, upon their essences being slain, will remain a matter of material, semi-translucent material that can be procured into your flasks. That's how I recommend you harvest them. You will have to slay a few.
I like the sound of this.
Remind me what a revenant is.
A revenant is something that has come back from the dead unnaturally. It's a little bit worse. If y'all are up to it, please, leave as soon as you can. I cannot hold y'all for very long. From my understanding, there's at least one more Lycan out on the prowl.
Are you sure I'm saying that trade for soon in it? Just a little shut eye.
I can hold y'all for at most an hour. Beyond that, you gotta go.
Alright. I say we just leave. You might have to unlock the door, because I know that there's 6 or 7 different locks that I don't want to touch. By the way, did you know why Lycans are called that?
Tell me why.
Because they're like and wolf.
Now that's something I've never heard.
It just makes sense.
It does make sense. It really does make sense.
Oh, let's.
I'd love to fill my belly and perhaps fill my HP as well.
So this is going to be considered a short rest. So go ahead and use either 1 or 2 of your hit dice to regain some hit
Don't have
points.
to, didn't lose an HP.
9, which brings me back up to my full health.
Let's go!
Let's do it.
I don't get any spell slots back on a short
That's
rest.
a D12?
No.
Coming in.
Oh my god.